All right, so I watched the show when it first comes out, and then I tell everyone I know to watch the show, and everyone has said, "Great show! Congratulations!"
Gino, that's excellent. Can you be our PR? This is really good work.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I'm going to go a step further. If I win the lottery, I'm peeling off $1 million for each of you, just to let you know.
What?
Wow, hold on. That's very generous.
What are the chances of you winning the lottery? Just so I know whether to start planning for stuff.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Okay.
Okay, Brett, can you talk about your character?
Sure. What do you want to know? Oh, you haven't got time for that sort of thing. I play Roy Kent. I'm the captain of AFC Richmond. He's an aging football player who was a big star, but his knees aren't what they used to be, and his body is not as good at football as it used to be, and he's in the declining time of his football career. And he's very angry and very bitter, and then into this clown, Ted Lasso, and perhaps, no spoilers, affects some change in him.
Well, Matt, I want everyone to know that you're a method actor. You actually had cartilage taken out of your knees so you could play this.
I did. What was annoying is I did have a cartilage taken out of my knee. I arrived on set and they told me it was the wrong knee for the character. So I had to go back. So I actually don't have any cartilage anywhere in my body now.
And Phil, I'm not a bitter man, but every woman I've lost to someone like your character in this show. So can you tell everyone about your character?
I'm so sorry to hear that, man. So I play Jamie Tartt, who is sort of by name, by nature, and he is the young sort of hot shot striker of the team. He's a bit of a thorn in the side of said clown, Ted Lasso. He's very... I think less embodies the team being unsure of this sort of person coming in, and more of like, I think that there's this person who's going to try and take the limelight away from me, or give it to other people. But and so that's really Jamie's sort of biggest gripe with Ted. And what starts off as this guy who seems to have everything that a young footballer would want: money and cars and loads of Instagram followers or Twitter, or choose your social media handle. He goes on a journey,
and we're not telling anyone what the journey is. Okay, Brett, you keep mentioning this Ted Lasso. You give a relative unknown a shot in playing that role. Talk about that actor and what he means to you.
The guy who plays Ted Lasso, so he's this up and comer called Jason Sudeikis, who, when we were casting, we were looking around like, we don't want a name for this. We want, and this guy just did an audition, and it was real. And we were like, who is he?
Oh, you auditioned him, did you?
Yeah.
Auditioned him. Yeah, okay. Make sure that.
And he was really, really good, actually. And he had so many ideas. I was like, do you want to write on this as well? And he said, I'm shy. And I said, oh, go on. And I sort of regret it, because he really took over. He really took over that thing.
Yeah, it's the sort of Ted Lasso show. It's
yeah. So,
talk about what's that?
He is good. I'm glad you noticed.
Yes, I did notice. Phil, talk about, is it like a team? Does it feel like a team? Is someone the butt of all the jokes? What is it like filming this show?
Yes, and for any viewers of yours not to be able to see the footage, I was pointing at myself. I am the butt. It's. Do you know what? It's amazing, because filming the first series, as you would see when you watch the show, we spend a lot of time in the locker room, and a lot of time training, and a lot of time as the team. And you can't help but bond with everyone when you're doing that. And there are definite, like, you immediately had the personalities and the jokers, and then the tortured artists, and there was all of the different sort of subsects of the team. But really, at its heart, you've got Jason, who and the whole of the exec team, in Bill Lawrence and Brendan Hunt and Joe Kelly. They were the leaders, and they led by example, and continue to be. They're the sort of the arrowhead of the whole thing, and everyone rallied behind them really well.
Brett, can you talk about the casting too? Because I don't see a role that is not cast perfectly.
Yeah, well, you know what? Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but I agree. I think the casting. I think we're lucky, and there's an element of magic to it, but there's also like everyone that auditioned got the part immediately. You know what I mean? As in, they came in and we were like, "That's them, that's them, that's them." And like I remember, the first person that we cast was Higgins, and when Jeremy Swift said his name.
Thank you for the joy you brought in this difficult time, giving me something to look forward to watching. I hope we meet face to face someday.
Oh, I hope so, Gino. I'm going to miss you. Please don't go.
Thanks very much, man. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.